Welcome once again to Mount and Blade Warband, a medieval open world RPG.
Away with you, vile beggar!
Since you seem to have really liked the multiplayer video, and multiple people have asked for another, so here we are. Except this time we're just going to talk about single player. But before we can dive into the world of Calradia, we have to create our character, meaning we have to click through all of these options and decide our background. What does this do? Well, it decides our starting stats and skills, which there's a lot of. Your skills are all dependent on your attributes, as skills can only be leveled up to a third of whatever attribute they're associated with. And then there's your proficiencies, which level up if you use a weapon associated with them, or you can just put your weapon points into them, which you'll get every time you level up. The higher your proficiency with a weapon, the more accurate you are and the more damage you do. I'm trying to stay as far away as possible because it increases the shot difficulty, which also increases the amount of proficiency I gain. In single player, your character levels up by completing quests and defeating enemies. The stronger the enemy, the more experience you gain. And the same goes for any troops under your command, and any companions you acquire along the way. But be careful, as not all companions are compatible.
Fuck you!
Fuck you, bitch! Fuck! Shut the fuck up!
You!
Bitch!
And if your companions don't like each other, or if they dislike actions you have taken, then they'll leave your party. There goes my medic.
You are done.
Speaking of your party, it's limited in size, but that size can be increased by leveling up your charisma, your leadership, and by also gaining renown. For every 25 renown or 1 charisma, your party size increases by 1, while your leadership increases it by 5. Though you must level up your charisma to level up your leadership. You gain renown by winning battles, fighting in tournaments, completing quests, and hosting feasts. The goal of the game is, well, whatever you really want it to be. Become a mercenary and fight for gold.
I gotta do it, man.
Assess the prices in towns and become a trader.
I have been a rich man and I have been a poor man, and I choose rich every fucking time.
Maybe become a bandit and raid villages.
Kill them all!
Or perhaps even become a lord and either join a kingdom or create your own, and become what's basically a medieval politician.
That is what makes you such a great politician.
Optimism.
No, you're a lying bastard.
But let's rewind a bit, as now it's time to finally create our character. There's my creation. He's beautiful. Once your character is created, you pick where you spawn and then get ambushed. Okay, let's find this little fucker.
Your money or your life.
Bitch. You then meet a merchant. Are you alright? Oh god. Apologies sir, I was unaware you were a hooer. And to cut a short conversation shorter, he offers you a quest to recruit some men and save his brother.
Where is he?
His brother has been kidnapped by looters, who are by far the weakest enemy in the game after maybe random farmers.
It's almost harvesting season!
All those 1 damage hits are quite annoying, and you could probably kill them without any help whatsoever. Early game you'll be fighting mostly looters, though each area or kingdom have unique bandits and raiders that spawn in their region, such as mountain bandits in Roddocklands, or sea raiders in the north.
I'm
I
dying.
will drink from your skull!
Help me.
As well as a bunch of others, though you will get better loot fighting stronger enemies. He got a kill! My boy got a kill, this is such a happy day. After saving his brother, he gets you to lead his men to kill the bandits in town. A Roddock trained spearman, knocked out by a looter. Very unimpressive. And with that done, it's off into the world to do whatever I feel like. Except first I find some companions. You'll want to level up your companions in different things, as some skills are party skills, meaning whoever is the best is the one who will do the job that the skill is for, such as an engineer for building siege engines, and of course building buildings.
As an engineer, your buildings are like your children. Hit them to make them work harder.
Or maybe a healer, to help your wounded troops heal faster, or even decrease the chance that they die in combat.
I need a medic bag!
Oh, and don't worry about all this information that is cluttering my screen. It can in fact be turned off, though it does give you a good idea of how the battle is going, as blue mean enemies knocked out or killed, orange are your men that get knocked out, and red are your men that get killed. I always spend the first half of the game fighting bandits and deserters, as well as joining tournaments. Tournaments are great. I'm fucking murdering. Not only can you bet money on yourself, but if you win, you also gain a lot of renown. Though if you lose, you obviously lose all the money you bet on yourself. A bunch of naked men fighting in an arena. Once you have a good bit of money, you could buy yourself some enterprises in any town across the map. Okay, now to walk around the streets and check what things they have. And by that I mean I need to go find their guild master. That is, as long as the lord who owns it doesn't dislike you. What? Why does your liege not like me? What the fuck did I do? Apparently I'm not fucking wanted here. What did I do to you, sir?
You filthy animal.
Enterprises will give you a weekly income. Now let's talk some more about troops. The main part of this game is the combat, and every faction focuses on different things. The Swadians have good cavalry, while the Nords have good infantry. My favourite would be the Rodocks, as they have really good crossbowmen, and it's a lot easier to limit losses if the enemy never even make it to you. Oh, and before I forget, you can fight in both first and third person. You will have to get recruits from villages to fill up your ranks, but as you fight battles, those recruits will gain experience, meaning you can pay to level them up. Both leveling up your troops and paying their wages is where most of your money will go. If you don't pay them, or their morale falls too low, then they will desert your party. You can maintain their morale by winning battles, and having a lot of different food for them to eat, as you do have to feed your party.
This some serious gourmet shit.
And now for another way to make money. Slavery. Any enemies that are knocked out during battle can be taken prisoner, which you can then sell to ransom brokers, who can be found randomly in taverns across the map. Would you like some slaves? Which, by the way, is the same place you find your companions. Once your army is a fairly good size, you might want to become a mercenary for one of the factions.
I'm fighting for my money.
Being a mercenary is a stepping stone to becoming a vassal. It allows you to build relationships with lords, gain renown from faction battles, and it allows you to burn villages and raid caravans and do other criminal activities without actually being a criminal, as once there's peace declared with the faction you're fighting for, or once your contract ends, your relation with the faction you were fighting goes back to zero, so you can commit war crimes against peasants, getting paid while doing so, and there will be no negative effects, apart from maybe a couple lords who don't like you. Why did you have a -3 opinion of me? And once your contract is up, you can either redo it or end it there. Every time you defeat a lord in combat, there is always a chance you will capture them. You can either release them or take them prisoner. If you take them prisoner, then you can ransom them and gain some money. Though if you release them, you will gain honor and improve relations with that lord. I prefer to release them, as if you create your own faction, there's a better chance that they will join you later on. The world itself is very reactive. Kingdoms will go to war, take or lose territory. If you have high enough renown, then lords will have heard of your name. If a kingdom is close to collapse, then lords will abandon it. Some can even be banished, and they will join another kingdom. You can also marry a lord's daughter. If they'll speak to you, that is. Fuck. Apparently there is something about being a sheep that women don't like. Unless they're Welsh. Once your renown is high enough, you can ask to become a vassal, or a king can even send the offer to you. Once you become a lord, you can choose a banner of your own, and are given a village. As a lord, when your nation goes to war, you can be called by the marshal to gather your forces, to either siege an enemy castle or town, or to break the siege of one of your own. You might even be given tasks during the war, such as scouting enemy territory. You can also siege enemy castles and towns by yourself, and if you do take one, you may even be given ownership of it by your king. But who wants to put something like that up to chance? Why not know for certain that the castle or town you take will definitely go to you? So at some point you might want to become a king yourself and create your own kingdom, which if you are a vassal will mean breaking your vows. I will remain loyal as your loyal and devoted man as long as my breath remains.
So that was a fucking lie.
You then have to decide which kingdom you are going to attack. Preferably the weakest. The easiest way to declare war is to just attack a random lord, and with war declared, it's time to besiege and take a fiefdom, preferably a city, except I'm going to take a castle here, as I didn't realise Swadia didn't have any cities left until after I had declared the war. It is what it is. To siege a castle, you'll need to build siege equipment, either a ladder or a siege tower. Then once it's ready, it's time to attack. And with your new capital taken, you can now name your kingdom, the Kingdom of the Sheeple People. And from here it's time to expand out and conquer Calradia, if you don't get killed. And that is the basic gist of Mount and Blade Warband, or at least the bare minimum, as I've left out quite a bit, such as reading books, recruiting prisoners, equipping your companions, and the fact that you control your units with the numbers and F keys. I also ignored the fact that you can create combat groups and assign whatever troops you want to them. I've also ignored bandit camps and quests, the difficulty settings, as well as the fact that you can get ambushed. And something that I think is even more important is I've ignored Viking Conquest. It has Ireland in it, as well as all of the mods. There is a lot of them. They're all amazing. Go check them out, and I'd love to talk about it all today, but that is for a different time, and perhaps even a different video. But for now, I'll see you later. Got killed by the archer in melee. Damn, that guy sucked. Why are there so many reds over here? Why are there so many reds alive? Because the blues and the greens have been massacred, that's why. That's why there's so many reds alive. Because the blues and greens just massacred each other. Yes, I saved his vassal from... He looks very sheepish. I think we're related. I will catch you, little yellow man. That sounded... That's no, I'll cut that out. The absolute pain of moving cows. Bastards. I think Ymira's upset. Oh wow, just after burning a village, she tells me she's comforted by the mercy and judgment I've shown. The more a village likes you, the more recruits you'll get. I'm just gonna get them to chase me. And then my guys will be fine.